What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be discussing a couple of interesting updates about the Chicago Bulls heading into our game against the Miami Heat. We are now a couple days away until we get to see our first game of the season, until we get to see the big decisions made, and hopefully until we see our first win for the Chicago Bulls. Now, Miami's a great team, but I think if we play at our best, we're definitely a chance to walk away with the win. And we'll discuss all of that in this video. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls' chances against Miami. Are you confident? Are you nervous? Ultimately, it all starts on that day. It all starts against the Miami Heat. It all starts for me at 10:30 in the morning, and for everybody else a little bit later than that. So congratulations to you guys all. But all things considered, it all starts here, and that's why a lot of people are excited. It's also why a lot of people are nervous. Again, this is the time of the season where you should be very excited and you should have those emotions building up inside of you. And we'll wait and see if the Bulls can deliver on what hopefully will be a positive season and a positive start to the season as well. But we've got some updates to bring to you guys today. First and foremost, let's talk about what Billy Donovan had to say about the power forward position. Essentially, Billy Donovan is still unsure about who he's going to start at the power forward position, but with Javonte Green and Patrick Williams. Now, I already know what I think, in all honesty, but if you're looking at different matchups, maybe you can start different players. But if you're looking at the consistency of the starting lineup, you want the starting lineup to remain consistent for a long period of time. I do think Javonte Green has earned that spot over Patrick Williams. His performances have been better. His energy has been better. And again, I think just the overall way that we like to play, Javonte Green has kind of fit that mold better than what Patrick Williams has. And Patrick Williams has a better spot on the bench to be more aggressive, in my opinion, when he's not playing with Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. Now, there's a lot to take into that, to be honest, because for example, if you're playing Miami like to play small ball. They're going to switch 1 through 5. They're going to attack you with physicality. They're going to try and crash the glass and run out and transition. That's what Miami likes to do. That's what they've been good at all year last year. And we lost all 4 games against Miami last year as well. That's what they like to do. So in that type of game, maybe you do play Javonte Green, as he is a small ball guy. He could definitely switch. He could play defense on majority of the Miami Heat team, and he's also definitely a guy that runs out in transition and does what we want him to do as well. So Javonte Green might work well against the Miami Heat, but for a game like the Washington Wizards, for example, I believe Rui Hachimura is able to play against the Chicago Bulls. Kristaps Porzingis as well. Again, assuming those two guys will be playing, then the lineup could be different. Maybe Javonte Green doesn't suit that lineup because they're playing bigger, and playing bigger, you have to counteract that by playing bigger yourself maybe. So that's kind of my thought process behind that. With different lineups, you might see different players play, but in terms of form, in terms of who's played better, Javonte Green has earned that spot, and I don't think it's even close. But the fact that the coach is undecided right now is very, very positive for the Chicago Bulls in my eyes, because every single player on this team should be fighting for places. We have 5 places in the starting lineup. If you're Patrick Williams, if you're Javonte Green, and you see that power forward position is wide open for the taking, and you want to make sure you're the guy that's starting for the Chicago Bulls, then you've got to perform. You've got to raise your level. And the guy on the bench that is sitting there watching their starting lineup being, I guess, taken by somebody else, they have to raise the level as well. Now, ultimately, they both have equally said it's not a competition for the power forward position. They want to do what's best for the team to win, and ultimately, they're both team first players. So I'm sure their thought process is not similar to mine, in the fact that if I wanted that power forward position and I see it wide open for the taking, I have to raise my level. But at the same time, there has to be elements of competition and ego there for both guys. You can't get to the NBA without having belief in yourself and believing you can be a top quality player in the NBA. So if you're Javonte Green and you see Patrick Williams starting, raising the level, playing better off of the bench will get you a chance to start. And vice versa. If Patrick Williams is seeing Javonte Green flourish in the starting lineup, then Patrick Williams is going to have to fight to try and get his spot in the starting lineup back. I think both of them, in maybe small, minute ways, has that mentality as well, despite being team first. I'm sure they want the Bulls to win. I'm sure they're willing to sacrifice to get the Bulls to win. I'm sure none of them are going to be absolutely miserable on the bench, but I'm just saying that spot is wide open. Same with the point guard spot. I think the point guard spot is still very open until Lonzo Ball returns. So the guys that are fighting for that spot, yes, they're going to work together, they're going to play together, they're going to fight together. But if they want to cement their spot in the starting lineup, they're going to have to play and raise their level as well. So everybody raises their level. It's not just one guy. Everybody raises their level to fight for spots and minutes on this team. It's not really that hard to comprehend, to be honest, but that is definitely my approach when I'm looking at the power forward position. Whatever the coach decides to do, we can critique it, we can praise it, we can criticize it down the line. We'll see if it's the right or wrong decision, but all things considered, I really do believe that him being confused or Billy Donovan just not knowing who to pick, I think that's a very good thing, because it shows that there is going to be competition this year, and you've got to raise your level if you want to be a really strong part of this team, which I think both players will be. So very, very interesting stuff there. Hopefully I said that in a way that I think many people are going to understand. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to say that they should be a hog and just score 30 points every single night without passing the ball to get your spot in the starting lineup. They're just got to raise their level a bit, and that's all I'm really asking for. And I think everybody on this team that knows there is a spot available in the starting lineup needs to raise their level, and the starters need to raise their level to keep their spots. Again, it's just team basketball at the end of the day. There's always going to be competition. You're battling with each other every single day in training just as much as you're fighting against different teams as well. It's a process, and we'll build the chemistry, we'll build the things required to really be successful, but there is going to be competition within the team just as much as there is competition with other teams as well. So hopefully I said that in a respectable way. And let's go into the next story now, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicago Bulls have not reached, I guess, an extension for Coby White, which basically means, in my opinion, for the regular season, he's going to basically become a restricted free agent by the end of the year. And look, with Coby White, I think this was very much expected. I think reaching an agreement with Coby White, at the end of the day, we have so many guys that we need to pay. We need to pay Vucevic next year. We need to pay Javonte Green next year. We need to pay Coby White next year. We need to pay Ayo Dosunmu next year. So many guys that we need to pay, and there's no guarantee that we can pay all of them. Maybe half of them are going to have to leave. It's as simple as that. But as for Coby White, he's definitely one of the guys that people just see as, I guess, expendable, which at the end of the day, he's going to have to prove that he could still be very good for the Chicago Bulls, and we can actually see a future with him. And that's up to Coby White to show. And I think he has a lot of chances to show that. Wait and see how it goes. But all things considered, I'm not surprised that the Bulls have not reached an agreement with Coby White. I'm not surprised the Bulls haven't reached an agreement with Nikola Vucevic yet. I'm not surprised the Bulls haven't reached an agreement with anybody yet. It's not just Coby White that I'm talking about. So he will be a restricted free agent. The Bulls still have the control. The Bulls still have the power. The Bulls could do a sign and trade. The Bulls could trade him before the trade deadline. The Bulls still have a lot of moves that they can make in relation to Coby White. But basically, all I'm really asking for is for the Bulls front office as well, is to just be patient about this situation. Don't go into panic mode because the Bulls haven't paid Coby White yet. There's still a long time to go before we make the correct decision, and that is to wait and see what Coby White can do first. Let's see how he shows his quality on the court, and if it's good enough to see the Bulls flourish and be successful, then yes, I think we can pay Coby White and we can get away with it and we can do very well. But if he doesn't show much, we can either let him go or decide maybe it's best to trade him and get someone in return. So we have a long time. There's no need to rush the situation on Coby White, but basically he's going to be a restricted free agent by the end of the year, it looks like, and we'll see what the Bulls decide to do. We saw the same thing with Larry Marketing. We ended up working out a sign and trade. Larry Marketing got paid, We got Derrick Jones Jr. and a pick, I believe it was at that time. And I don't think that pick has actually been used because, again, I think we need Portland to get out of the lottery or something like that. I can't really remember. But, yeah, essentially that's what we got from that return. And maybe we could get something similar with Coby White. Maybe we could do something even better. Who really knows? But, again, just the news to bring to you guys today. I wouldn't necessarily call it panic mode or anything like that. Just something I thought you should know, I guess, for the Chicago Bulls news. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Have a wonderful and safe day, Bulls Nation. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe. Stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.